Welcome to Online Game Freaks. This is Freaks, and thank you for joining us in our continuing series to take out the hardest raids in Scrap Mechanic. In today's episodes, I was noticing that I'm enjoying my lovely new kitchen and dance club, and then I look over here at my poor little workshop. It's a testament that I have been able to put this amazing village together out of that tiny little workshop, and I think, sometimes the Scrap Mechanic is due. It is build a new workshop time, and I am so excited about this. This poor little shack. It was mostly here. I just kind of expanded it, and I rebuilt chunks of it to make room. I had to raise the roof, woot woot, to get the bod in here on top of the chest. And it's cramped. It's tired. I have no more room for chest. The bathroom is, well, it's embarrassing. So this has got to go. The first step, of course, of getting this out of here is demolition. We've got to take all the stuff out, and I'm just going to take it down. There's no point to it here, so we might as well just get busy. Let me get the tools out and get to work with a demolition. Let's move our glow bug first. Sorry, buddy. Just temporarily. Take that from you. Thank you. Okay, he's loose. Oh, the trick is going to get him back in there after I move this. Someplace out of the way. I don't want him getting hurt. We'll just put him over here. There we go. And I think that... Oh yeah, it's got legs. Okay, I'm like, I don't know how that's holding up. All right, and he should be fine. I can even still turn it on. Yeah, he'll be fine. Oh, he's not in the box. There he is. He's in the pond. Give myself a little way to get to him. There we go. Now we pick up our glow bug. Come here, buddy. Yeah, hi, bud. No problem. Just temporary accommodations. There you go, buddy. Okay. Yeah, he's going to enjoy that. I do like this line right here, so let's see if we can get a post right here. Nice tier 3 concrete here. This is good stuff. And let's grab the actual device. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Globe. I stole your thing, buddy. Sorry about that. Let the wire go to the thing. To the thing. And yeah, I think when that flips, you should go on. Sorry about that, Mr. Glowbug. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, let's put a post here and attach it to this one. Funk. And I need the water. Let's put that over there. I need my switch. And of course, you gotta have that thing. All right. Let's put... I think this will work right here. Just put it nice and close. There we go. And we'll put this thing on top of it. I like it horizontal like that. You can get some meter. There we go. And our switch. Put it right underneath so we can't get it shot off easily. This is looking great. And now let's wire this up. So this needs to be an eyesore. So anybody says I need water, we'll go ahead and activate the pump. Like so. And now when I turn this on, it should pump in. Well, let me take some water out. There we go. Perfect. That works great. I don't have room for all this water. We got building to do, so we'll put most of that here. Well, I don't want to litter. Nice. Okay. I'm good with that. Put one of these on it. Looks official. And it does line up. It just doesn't. It doesn't line up. Looking good. Looking good. I don't know if the sizing's gonna line up. We have to tell me to. It won't fit. It's all right. I grabbed a stack of shorties. Boom. And a couple of these. And now that's all connected. How does that look? That looks great. I am happy with that. The water has been restored. Now I can wire it. All right. Now I can. Yes, I can go to the farm. Works. Okay. You get water, and you get water, and you get told what to do by this big switch up here. Good to go. Water project done. There's always, oh, I stuck that there because I ran out of inventory space. But the water, this part of the water brick is done. We'll have to put our buddy back in the water, but not until we get the workshop going and I have a feel for how we want that to look. With a little drawing here, I've got the floor, not really the floor, but we'll call it the lower deck. Because you can see here I have some rectangles in the corners because I'm going to use these guys as nice supports. Like, these things look really cool. They are not, if we look at them, they are not unbreakable, and you know they're durability 5, so these can be broken fairly easy, but they look great. And I just can't resist using them. I'm hoping with, you know, a little redundancy, they won't take my entire workshop down. Yeah, I need 4. And then I can build up from here. Because part of the best ways to stay away from a raid is to be over it, where they can't get to you. And definitely going to take advantage of that here. One layer at a time of these guys. I'm not going to go for a skyscraper, but I definitely want to be high enough that the farm bots, when they shoot that crap, can't hit me. That's the goal here. Just get completely up and over it. Now that I got the post up, let me do an outline of the floor. I want one out from the post, just like down below. Just do a little outline here. I'm gonna have to probably see, this is where scaffolding. We're gonna have to need it for a nice tall build like this. There we go. There's the outline. I think that's gonna be great. I like the space it gives under me. With that being the floor, perhaps an elevator, some ramps, a nice way to get up there that's quick. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But for right now, this is pretty good. I'm happy with the outline. I'm gonna go ahead and use up all the concrete I have here, and then we're gonna have to make a little bit more concrete. It's been a few minutes, and I went ahead and I finished the floor, and I was sketching in the base, including the stairs, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can continue my pillar idea. And I was kind of getting excited, and then I realized I was building a shoebox. I don't want a shoebox. This is boring. So I'm going to start just some changes, like some way to add some character to this. And I think the first thing I can do is let's just not make this a shoebox. And coming up, I can't tell you enough what a difference just a little bit of roofing makes, and just a cutout. This is just so much better. It's not a shoebox anymore. It's got some style. I got these twin roofs here, and in the back we've got this nice wide open flare roof. I think this will draw in a lot of openness. It'll make the workshop a lot more fun. You can see I sketched in a couple of doorways here, big double and a nice single over here. And I think my plan here is to make the left side my offices for the workshop, and then the big open area, the actual workshop itself. And then somewhere in here, we'll put in an elevator eventually. For now, we got this nice ramp, and it's all lining up lovely, and it's nice and quick to get up. So next up, I did want to take a look at these areas here. I don't want to close them in entirely, but I do want to cover most of these. And I'm going to use some wood. It's getting very industrial in here, so I thought we would soften it up with a little bit of this good material for the wood. Yeah, I think that's going to look nice. And for that little one, I think I will go ahead and just close it up. I'll leave some windows in for the big ones. With a little creativity on spreading out materials, I was able to wrap up the walls, and I think this is starting to look really spectacular. It's good to take advantage of these nice tall ceilings. You can get some nice windows in there. I might just put glass in there or leave them open. I'm not sure which. I feel like mosquitoes are going to get in. So something. And then I've used lightweight stuff up here, the heavier grade at the bottom, more likely to get bot attacks, tape bots. The only thing I'm worried about here is just some stray tape bot hits. They will do some damage to the other stuff, but we'll see what they actually target. They're really going to be interested in the farm, so that's always the number one thing on their list. So with that part of it done, I think now I want to, let me enclose the office space. I keep moving this guy around. And he's happy about it though. He likes the new room. He's going to be really excited. And I think for here, let's go ahead and break out some of our other materials. Do some interior spaces. You've got to think in more than just one direction. I find it helps. Like if you think, not only just a wall, but some texture to it. You can see I like things to overhang. We get these things to pop out. Even if you look on the side of the house, I've run some edging around it. I don't know the architectural term for it, but it gives it texture, and I think that really helps with the look of it, especially when the light hits at different angles. Maybe with a little paint, if I can afford it, that'll really pop. With just a few dressings on the walls, everything is really starting to look sharp. I now have a separator here with the extra rooms I wanted to add, so we can see those from the front. We come in, I've added some lighting, which looks great, and we can see here, you come into the front, you've got this nice first room, which I think this will be the office, and then this back one will be a bathroom. Gotta have it. And it opens up into the main workshop floor, and yeah, this is coming along really nicely. I'm pretty happy with the result. And we're gonna play with the paint gun. The trick to me, I gotta lock this thing away from me as soon as I am done. But before you know it, we are all out of paint. Oh, look at that with the white on the lights. Cleans this all up. Doesn't look near as dreary. Yeah, definitely need that in the bathroom. Can't have that looking so sad. Excellent, look at that. This looks just perfect. This one's definitely for our scrap mechanics. Like, we do so much, we deserve a good workshop. I mean, right guys? Look at that. Well, with that said, I think I am ready. Perhaps, I'm gonna bring in some of my equipment so I can actually get some assembly going on. I gotta see how this is gonna lay out. So let me go get the boys. Hey guy, let me put you up here with your brother. There. Get over the thing, there we go. How are you guys gonna get along in here? What do you think? So much room, huh? You liking that? And now it finally feels like a workshop. Look at that. I've got my whole workshop kit and I've got it looped so you can see the tubes there. And we're looped around with two of these guys. They're centered up pretty good in the room. I think it looks really well. These crates over here are full of just parts, you could call them, I guess. You can't use them really in crafting. They're done. They won't do any input. They don't need to be in the chain, and they're right here available if I want to put together a project. I've got this nice work area to do. I'll probably build some shelves or something. Stacking crates doesn't look that great, but we're back in action. We're fully operational again. I may have shuffled on my chest. I don't know where anything is, but that's the nature of the game. That's how that works. So at this point, I think the structure is done, and it's looking great. I need a few more of these painted white, finish out my lighting. But otherwise, I think this is good as far as the structure. Now, I do want to finish the cosmetics. We haven't quite finished all of that yet, including like in the bathroom. Like, I want to tile the bathroom so it looks very clean. There we go. Just tile that like so. Already looking a lot better, and I don't think we need all these vents. Oh, okay, so now we're running into how many blocks do I have? And I can always make more of those, but also would like to put down some carpeting in the, I think the tile should cover the door. So, yeah, that looks nice. And then in here, I want to put in some carpeting. I don't think I have, I don't have near enough. I'm going to put in a carpet sample, we'll call it. For now, but I'll make more of this, and this is going to look great. So we have a nice bathroom area, and we have a nice office with carpeting. which will be nice and cushy on the feet. And maybe some step ups here. You know, if I get some wedges, you know, those are always important. Go wedge gang. But right now, I just need to get in the rest of the floor and some cosmetics. And this place will be back in action, fully ready for some builds of the future. The cosmetics are coming along really well. I've even got a fan going up here, and I just wanted to share with you. I'm just gonna put this together, a little bearing. And if you use one of these little hubs, let me put this together on the lift. Then we can weld it on. But just take one of these, and then we attach the little blades. And use that. That's not how fans work. They got to go different directions, or the same direction. There we go. We got a couple more. There we go. Looking like a. It's, you know, it's too bad that boating doesn't work. You know, the water physics and scrap mechanic just aren't there yet. Because, you know, this would be a good prop. This would be excellent for boating. All right, flip over. Let's just flip it over. Flippity. Flippity. Ah, this game. There it is. Okay, don't hit it again once you get it right. I don't think I can. What? Can I weld onto a bearing? I don't know if that works. Oh, it does. Okay. And that should be spinny. Look at that. That's great. And I'm going to put a little controller on it, just a, you know, just a level 1 controller. I got a little spot down here under my hazard sign. I don't know what this is, but it looks cool. All right, now, oh, I need a switch. Where's my switch? Here we go. And where do I just, no reason to get fancy. Like, you put the switch on the fan, you know, the thing that it turns on. No reason to get any more complicated than that. So we'll put that in the controller into the bearing. And this we just make go 360 when it's turned on as fast as it can, and it doesn't need to go. Oh, okay, let's go faster. I happen to have component kits on me, so why not? All right, 360, we're on loop. It's up to its limit, and we turn on. And there it is. It's feeling better in here already. Look at that. Huh? Okay, it's a fan. I get it. It's not that fancy, but cosmetically in here, it makes a lot of sense. You know, we've got a lot of workshop stuff going on. It's good to have a vent. So I'm excited about that. And it's a little moving interest piece for that nice tall ceiling. I'm loving the ceilings in this place. And then, of course, I added a little more to the bathroom. I kind of polished this in here. We got the business end of things. Got a double sink, his and her sinks. That's very important. Little plant for warmth. Of course, I'm still trying to get a hold of the carpet guy. Need to get that finished. I want water supply. One of the things that happens if I make concrete or if I'm upgrading metal is I have to keep manually fetching water out of this guy. And I don't want to do that anymore. What I want to do is get water out of my pond on demand and feed it into my chain. Let me grab this. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to turn you onto water. We're not trying to pull up the water. Oh, hey, got a couple extra of those. That's good. Oh, and I did move Gary in here. Yeah, Gary's got his new home. It's a little cramped. There's no reason for that, but I just took his old cage and just slapped it in here. And he's happy as could be. You know, he's glow pooping. That's what Gary does. One final project before I'm going to call this a complete for now. You're never done upgrading your workshop, but I think we're so close to the point and it's fully functional again, and I'm very excited to have it new and improved. But what we do need to do is, oops, I'm putting a gate in so I can drive my truck in underneath. I need a little control panel. I need some place to put the controller. Yeah, something like, you know, like that. And then I'm gonna put a button in here, something I can hit from the driver's side as I come up, but it's safe from most bot activity. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce this railing double wide just for a few bits. There we go. Lines up with our light pole. But now I can put this. Oops. I need to put the switch and the controller in. So we'll put the switch. The neighbors have showed up with our metal delivery. So let me. Oh, okay. No. So get me while I got a weak spot. Man, they love those cow crates, and there's nothing they can do about it. Okay, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're working on our fence. You can see I needed it. They came right in through the gap. That could have been terrible had they been really meaning business. All right, now hold on here. Put this in here, like so. Oh, all right, we'll do with the battery. And I want to put the switch. Oh, no, gotta have the green side up. Perfect. Wire, wire, wire. Super simple. And let me finish the bar here. Come all the way across. Little bracing, little overlap, just so it makes sure it gets in there. And then I'm gonna put safety block. Not that anybody's gonna mind it, but I'm just putting it up for safety. Here we go, like that. And I'm gonna add a little weight to this. Not because I think it needs it, but I think it looks more official. Is that gonna hit the ground? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe up a notch, like that. There. Kind of looks like a weighted a box now. It's expensive metal to do it with, but it gets the point across. And now, oh, we gotta program it. Let's see. Maybe I got lucky and it's the bearings the right way. So 90 degrees. So I'll be in my car like, yay, I'm arrived from my trip. Hit the button. Oh, that looks great. That's awesome. Okay, and then I can drive in. This is the maiden drive in. It's the right, oof. She just fits. I really can't get my truck any wider. But look at that. She is home. What the hell is that? Scrap mechanic, stop it. Look at that. I just add a block and it somehow calms down. And just right underneath it, we're gonna add a little block. There we go. And instead of the switch, you don't go there now, you go there now. You go there. We're gonna slap a switch on the other side. Like so. And now you also go there. And we make this an OR gate, meaning that if either one of them's on, it's gonna stay open. Oh wait, oh I think XOR works better because it it flip-flops. That way, no matter which side you're on, you can open and close it, no matter which position the switches are in, like that. There we go. With an OR gate, I'd have to turn them on and off, and I don't need to. Now they're just toggles. That's perfect. That absolutely is perfect. I've got a working, functioning gate. It's not hitting a thing. It's mostly cosmetic anyway, but that looks legit. And I think we're ready for the final reveal of the upper floor, which you can see here. We have some nice awnings. The doorways are open. I left these open. I might get some glass in there later, but I really like the ability to be able to... Oh, what happened there? Okay. Oh, that's embarrassing. All right, well, fix that. So we have the ability to, come up here and have a nice little patio, maybe some plants and chairs at some point. I did add the pump. So now we're pulling water straight, and I really like how you can see it come through right next to Gary there, straight up top. And this, I can now just grab these and take them straight over to that. And I can actually reach it, which is the cool thing. Boop, 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 boop. And then I can drop them right back in. It's full at the moment because I was doing some testing. But this is perfect. I can actually reach both. I can feed the line if I'm doing some heavy items, and that works perfectly. You can be quiet. Thank you. Here's the office. I got my paint gun lockers where I hide it from myself. I've got some wiring. There's a piece I don't have that I want that I'm saving for right here. It's like an electrical panel. It looks like a fuse box. And I'm like, that's the perfect spot for that piece. So for now, I'll stitch in a placeholder. But I'm putting a fuse box there. Terrible desk. I admit this isn't my best work, but a little metal top maybe? Improve the look at that. Oh, I don't have enough materials to even. Ooh, maybe a little brick top. Yeah, something like that. You got to mix it up just to make things more fun. There we go. It looks a little better, but and again, the bathroom fully functional. We are now able to be clean scrap mechanics. And then this side, of course, we've got our working fan. I did some work on the windows. the controller for that, and then the assembly line. So there you have it. We have a complete and full warehouse, and you've got to see this thing, or I should say this is a fully functional mechanic shop. And look at that profile from the outside. You can see the layers, the different textures, the roof line. Let me get out here, you can see that. Look at that roof line. That's just beautiful. I'm really happy how this turned out. I'm glad I didn't do a shoebox. This really turned out well, and I think the whole thing will really make enjoying the game that much better. You know, I get in here and have a nice, cool place to run around and do my projects, and I'm very excited. Now, of course, there's some weakness, like these are weak for tape bots. That's going to be a problem. Maybe some wall work. I don't know. I can also wrap them. You know, some concrete or stone. They look really cool, though. I hate to cover them up. But that's a problem for another day. And then we have our gate. A fully functional gate. I can now get in and out with the truck, no problem, and do my adventuring. So with that said, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. It's been a real pleasure to put together the workshop today for you, and I'm very excited about using it in future episodes. So thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you next time in game.